stand for what we believe in. Let the people sing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They will not break our country's strength. They will not take our nation's freedom. Let the people sing. We will not turn our backs today. We will stand for what we believe in. Let the people sing.
Listen up close to what you're told.
Listen up close to what you're told.
Bravo's brotherhood, brave and bold.
Bravo's brotherhood, brave and bold.
Down at the F.O.B. we take our stand.
Down at the F.O.B. we take our stand.
Riverbend patriots across the land.
Riverbend patriots across the land.
Lakeside warriors, heavy loads.
Lakeside warriors, heavy loads.
Playing field.
From Hero Company to the playing field.
Chicago snowballs never yield.
Chicago snowballs never yield.
Sound off!
1, 2.
Sound off!
3, 4. 22 a day we fight the fight. We bring our brothers back to the light.
P.O.W. M.I.A. we swear. Gone but not forgotten out here. Active duty families, veterans true. We are bravos and we stand with you. Bravo's foundation leading the way.
Bravo's foundation leading the way.
Raising awareness every damn day.
Raising awareness every damn day.
For the struggling vets who bear the scars.
For the struggling vets who bear the scars.
We see your pain beneath the stars.
We see your pain beneath the stars.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
A veteran's soul is made of gold.
A veteran's soul is made of gold.
22 lives on the line.
22 lives on the line.
We hold the formation every time.
We hold the formation every time. 22 a day we fight the fight. We bring our brothers back to the light.
P.O.W. M.I.A. we swear. Gone but not forgotten out here. Active duty families, veterans true. We are bravos and we stand with you. Gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten.
We hold the line. We hold the line.
All right, great morning, everybody, and welcome back to the F.O.B, the Forward Operating Broadcast.
where we regroup, resupply, and recalibrate right here for those in the dark every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, to better equip you to continue your mission, or Charlie Mike. I'm True American Bradass. This is my wonderful panel. It is today's the day, Thursday, July 9th, 76 degrees and cloudy in Illinois this morning. How is everybody?
Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all having a good day. It is a nice 79 degrees, hot, muggy, and mean down here in the south. You know what that is. It's just going to get worse. So drink water, stay cool, find some shade.
That's right. Stay hydrated. All right, let's hop in this chat real quick. See who we got. Patty, great morning, brother. Good to see you. How are you?
Good
He
morning.
said, good morning, y'all. Yes, sir, it is. How you feeling this morning? Great day to be alive. Jeep and Johnny.
Hey.
Yeah, great morning, brother. Good to see you. How are you? That's right, everybody rolling on in here. While y'all getting in here, I'll go ahead and give y'all the verse of the day. And do not, Hebrews 13:16, and do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. Amen. Great verse. Goes right along with the golden rule, right? Do unto others, you have them do unto you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, great morning, OGP. P-Paul. Great morning, how are you? Good to see you.
People.
From Georgia. How's the weather down there?
People. I was about to say, that sounds like a southern way to say granddad.
Yeah,
People.
right.
What you
OGP
doing over
Paul.
there? Meemaw's gonna get you. You know she told you not to be doing that.
Yeah. He said hot. I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine.
It's
there,
hot.
John.
It's hot everywhere. It's hotter. It's warmer in the north than it is in the south right now. Yesterday I was talking
Right.
to somebody and they was like, it's 110 feel like here, and I'm like, it's not that in the south right now. Like,
Don't make a lot of sense, does it?
nah, nothing does these days. I quit trying to make sense of it. It ain't gonna do nothing but cause another mental crisis.
Right. Hey, great morning, Helmet. Good to see you. How are you?
If I tried to make sense of it, you'd see me running around arguing with people in the middle of nowhere or on the streets, telling them the world's flat and they're going to tell me it's round, and we're going to argue for 4 hours over that, when really in reality everybody's just crazy.
Right.
That's what I'm noticing anyway. I can jump on the crazy train, or I could sit there and watch it go by. I'm gonna be that autistic guy with the camera watching the train go by, being like, dude, it's so cool whenever you get really close and you can feel it.
Right. Hey, great morning, LOL. I don't know who that is, but good to see you. How are you? Currently 73, but feels like 84. Gotcha.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah, stay safe out there, John. I know you got a lot of traveling this weekend coming ahead.
Like, what's it here? 78 feels like the first gate of hell. Actually, it's the same thing. 78 feels like 85.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
actually
great
got a
morning,
higher-
Abbott. Good to see you.
See
How
what I
are you?
mean? To feel like almost 10-degree difference for him up there, and you come down here in the south with, it's supposed to be hotter when you get closer to the equator, but no, not this year.
Yeah, right.
But it still didn't snow in Louisiana last year. So we did get a blizzard, but it was down south Louisiana. It's like really, really south. Like, how are you going to go all the way to the Gulf and miss every other part of Louisiana?
Right.
Like it's only a 4 hour drive from one end of the state to the other. And you mean to tell me that all that snow that went down there in the whole southern coast couldn't have come up a few hours? just just about 100 miles north, I would have had snow.
Right. It's crazy, dude.
That's what it's like, dude.
I don't understand it
that's
either.
right. It's like having a captain with a GPS. It's like he's putting in the coordinates and he's just like, oh man, I got one number wrong. We went like 200 miles off course. I'm like, what, sir? Like, yeah, hey, let's make a U-turn. Sir, we don't have any more fuel. Okay, we'll keep going.
Keep going. Not sure who you talking about there, Abbott. Yeah. What does that? Caught on fire. Well, put him out. Yeah, hopefully he didn't lose him.
Well, I got that wheel up there.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we'll
getting
pull
it.
that up real quick.
I'm getting it. Yes, sir.
So,
Here we go. All right. I wonder how you made it like that, dude. Because ours pulls up like the full screen.
oh, because
like it,
I'm
though.
using it half screen. I'm only like,
Oh,
split screen.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, like if I do that, it should make it bigger.
Oh, yeah. No, I like the other way better, dude.
And then that
There
way.
you go. Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
I'm
it's
ready
just
when
the
you
way
are.
The size of the window screen I have it in.
Hey, real
Some
quick
of
before we
that.
get this wheel going, I want to apologize for yesterday. We had a technical difficulty. I know y'all was waiting on that song, but we put it back on the wheel for today. So yeah, go ahead when you're ready, brother.
All right. This is the first one. We'll read.
What is one deep?
Here we go.
Got it.
Two. We can't have two in there.
Huh?
We can't have both of mine on the same day.
Well, I mean, how you gonna? It's fine. Yeah. It's
Oh, we
good,
just
dude.
won't remove it. I'll respin it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's rigged whenever it's like it did it last time I did it.
Okay. I like it.
There we go.
That's a good one. Yeah. All right. And
I just don't feel like it's fair whenever it's two of the same on there, especially whenever I'm the one spinning it and both of mine pop up there and be like, no, it's gotta be two.
Yeah, he
It's
rigged
gotta
that
be
thing.
opposite. Yeah, I'm even like, nah, that's rigged. That's rigged. Spin it again. All right, here we
right.
go. I go ahead.
God said, "Don't play with me, bro. We're still
know,
hearing
right?
that song." All right, I got it. That's funny, dude.
Yeah. He's like, fine. You don't want it. You don't want it to be on the vote. We just make it to where it's on the mid show then. Like,
Yeah, we're just
okay,
gonna play it
all
anyway.
right.
All right, guys, y'all get that poll made up for y'all. Oh man, today is National Sugar Cookie Day. Also, National Dimples Day. Anyone got dimples? Shout out to them.
Mix your sugar cookies with peanut butter cookies, and you will thank me later.
There you go.
I mean, combine both the recipes together, not one in each hand.
Probably make you smile, huh? Which make your dimples come out.
Probably would.
Oh man.
Probably would. Like, get you a scoop of ice cream, get you a big old cookie, scoop of ice cream on top of it, and pour some milk around the cookie. You'll thank me
Yeah.
again. I mean, you won't have to thank me. I'm just guessing that you will. But if you haven't already done it, but ice cream and milk is amazing anyway. You add a cookie with it, you can't fail, man.
Can't
It's
beat
like
it.
it reminds me of Ryan's, going to Ryan's, and you could have like all you could eat buffet. When you go straight to the dessert trays first and be like, what are you doing? Be like, I'm making me some ice cream and cookies.
Right, right.
And this is before that's before McDonald's was making the blizzards. You go to Ryan's and make it yourself. Some people that are so young
Good old
aren't
Ryan's,
gonna know
man. I remember
what
that back
Ryan's
in the day.
is. Yeah. Dude, that was the
Yeah.
best place to go to every drill weekend. It was like, why do you like going to drill? Because we get to eat at Ryan's for lunch, brother.
Right.
And then one day Ryan's
Either
was
Ryan's
like,
or
"We're
Mexican,
not-"
right?
Well, well after that it was catered, something horribly catered. You know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
DFAC.
I forgot
we
about
got
that.
these
Yeah.
DFAC. We're gonna quit catering to y'all. And we're gonna make them cook food now. And be like, dude, you realize none of the cooks in the army know how to cook? Do you realize that they went to school to learn how to cook and they don't know how to cook? Why? Because the military trains you not to cook well. No seasoning, no bland as all can be. The salt's not even real salt. Like it's like it. But what blew my mind is an entire restaurant was getting catered for an entire military post,
Yeah.
and they still went bankrupt. How is that possible? How many people are on a weekend drill on any given time on a month? But like, you got at least 15 units on drill on that one weekend. And I'm pretty
Right.
sure they stretch it out for that entire month. Like, these are going to drill this weekend. These are going to drill this weekend, so we're not overcrowded. And it's still overcrowded. I just don't understand how
is.
they went bankrupt, because I think Louisiana Guard was keeping Ryan's afloat, honestly. And then they was like, hey, we just can't survive off the Guard by themselves anymore. Nobody else is eating here.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's wild, Kentucky. He said I had something pop up on my timeline July 12 from Kandahar. It's a news article where we were baptizing soldiers in Afghanistan. I can't believe it's been 14 years ago, right?
Oh, wow.
That's wild, though, Patty. That's when I was there.
Where were they baptizing them at? What water source did they use it?
I'm not sure.
Like what?
I don't
like
remember that.
What rivers? I don't know. I mean, I'm positive they wasn't using the ditches on the side of the road. I guarantee they wasn't using them. Only special people got those baptisms.
Right.
Baptized in there.
Hey, great morning, Garcia. Good to see you. How are you?
I hope you have a great
Yeah,
life as
14
well.
years. That's wild. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And to add to that, dude, I actually got to talk to one of my battles. Called me on Messenger yesterday. You know, I make sure to answer. And he had another battle on there with him that I haven't seen since Afghanistan. So it was very what's the word I'm looking for? Reassuring, I guess. It was neat, man. It was cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
Made my day. Shout out to them. And that's what I was trying to tell him, man. You know, the military, we talk about it all the time, but the military teaches us to do everything alone and to never give up. So the problem is when we get out and we don't have nobody, you know, we try to do it on our own. That's when the problems arise. We realize that we truly need our battles or our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, you need
'Cause
somebody.
when you can talk to someone 14 years later and it's like y'all never even stopped. You know what I mean? Like y'all never stopped. Everything just keeps going. Hey, great morning, sub. Good to see you. How are you? Make sure y'all get your votes in, guys. 1 or 2 in the chat. Follow along like Jeep and Johnny there.
Who's the nose?
But it's always happy times and sad times, when you have those conversations with those people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You got. I don't think this. I think the sad times they're never going to disappear.
No, they're not. That's why we just keep pushing, man. Keep doing what we're doing because we got to make a difference.
Yeah, because like, what is it? Solitude and isolation. Is this? I see the
Yeah.
veterans love
Hey, I'm doing pretty
independence
good.
and often crave getting away from the noise, like solo trek into the woods. When does healthy primitive self-reliance cross the line to dangerous depressive isolation? That's them. That's something right there.
What is it? One more time?
Excuse me. Veterans love independence and often crave getting away from the noise, like me, like solo trek into the woods. But when does the healthy primitive self-reliance cross the line into dangerous depressive isolation?
Oh. Yeah, it's a lot
I
of
mean,
big
we
words,
always
but
say
I
like
get it.
go
Yeah.
out, like go out, you know,
Go for a
enjoy
walk.
nature, be on your own. Like me, I like to be alone all the time anyway. Like that's part of my double-edged sword on that. But that's where that thin line is. Like when is it gonna turn into depressive isolation, and when is it gonna
Right.
become a reconnection to yourself? Some people that are
Right.
like it. Also on the opposite side of it, whenever you're always crammed and around people nonstop, and you're like, dude, I never get a chance to myself. I can't think. Everything's noisy. I need to get away just so I can think, recollect myself. You get that time to do that. But it's crazy. Once you do that and everybody's used to you being around, they're wondering, are you okay? Like, pretty much no. If I'm getting away from the noise, I'm just so I can get better. And then if I'm starting to get around people more, that's because I'm trying to get better. It's a constant back and forth. It's a metronome.
It is.
It swings one
Yeah.
way, gets to that high edge, and starts coming right back. And as it comes back, it starts gaining more speed. And every time it gets up there and slows down, that's when you feel the more comfort, and then it comes raging back.
Yep. It's a constant battle,
And-
like you said.
And God forbid if somebody's in the way whenever you're like, and you're like, move, my brakes ain't working. And then smash a wrecking ball at that point. Boom.
I'm not sure on that one, Johnny.
But it's good to have a little bit of both or a balance, So it's a balancing act. And
Let's see.
which then becomes
Actually,
that
it
that in
does show
itself,
there's
too.
one in Dayton, Ohio there, Johnny. But yeah, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't think Ryan's is fully gone. I think it's like El Chico's. It's just certain parts of the franchise, like here, wasn't making no money. Shut that one down. You
Yeah.
got the other ones. Because boy, it turned into a nice little Mexican restaurant now, dude. I tell you, bro, that's probably one of the best Mexican restaurants you can go to. You go there and you're like, it's all like, they do it. They even present it to you nice, where you're like, bro, the other Mexican restaurants are gonna have to step up their game, bro. Y'all make pretty plates.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I didn't realize it was a Mexican
Cafe
restaurant.
Cafe Fuego.
Okay. That's how long I've been
Yeah.
gone.
Fire Cafe, dude. That's the name of it. Fire Cafe.
And it is, huh? It lives up to its name.
Oh yeah, it's Fuego.
It's Wiggle.
I've been there once, dude. And when I was there, I was like, man, I wish I could sit here more calmly because it was kind of like, it was. I mean, it was a cool environment, but who was there with their child doesn't like being in the public very much, so to say. So it made it to where we was like, got our food, and we was like, hey, you want to get it to go now? Because
Yeah.
we've never been there, so we checked it out. But it's one of those things too. If you're there and the child does not want to be there, are you really going to sit there and just make them sit through a restaurant visit? Be like, nah, hey, can I get a couple to-go plates? So yeah.
Yeah, right. Save everybody some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, child needed like special attention as well. So it's not like a normal situation. Trying to
Y-
get them used to being in certain environments as well. And this is kind of like when you realize that they're like, "Hey, I'm not liking this," and then it's like you're
Right.
like, "Okay, I can only put you in so much of a situation before it's like this is not comfortable for anybody. You know, you, me, anybody around. You know."
Right.
Yeah, kind of like the situation dictates, but you have to try. You know, certain situations with certain conditions with everybody. You know, it's kind of like with us when trying to reintegrate into society, kind of thing. Eventually, you got to go into Walmart, dude. You need socks, you need shirts, you need food, you need water, you need food. You know, you got to go in a store eventually. So it's kind of like,
Right.
are you going to sit outside and just like work it up, like try to work yourself up to go in, or like how many times have you gone to the grocery store and be like, I'm going home? As soon as you get to the parking lot, get the car, shut the door, look at the store, get back in the car, drive home, be like, I'll try it again tomorrow. I'm gonna DoorDash something.
Yeah.
That's if you live close enough for
happens more than
DoorDash
you
to
think,
come to
yep.
you. Yeah. But if you live out in the middle of nowhere, like, you know, like most of us do, DoorDash is gonna see that and be like, I'm not driving all the way out there to bring somebody a burger. Unless you put a $15 tip on there, and then you'll get 15 people wanting to do it.
Right.
But you know, it's a work in progress. You know, if it don't work the first time, maybe it was the time of the day that you went. It was too crowded. Maybe, you know, pick your time, read the parking lot. You know, kind of tell how things are gonna go, and then
Make your
you can kind
adjustments.
of
Right.
do like I am. Like, all right, I got 15 minutes. If I got everything I need to get within 15 minutes, which I got to make a list because as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, why did I come here?
Yeah. You're right.
If I don't have a list because I'm so concentrated on just stay calm, stay cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Because the
exactly.
natural things are gonna happen. You scan the area, do all that shit. You've been
Yeah.
instilled into you that you can't figure out how. Really can't shut off. You know, so which is a good
you
and a
can't.
bad thing because if you're going to
Always
something
on
that's like
alert.
yeah. I mean, but when you go to a family reunion and you do that, you're kind of like, bro, you're at a family reunion. Be like, yeah, no, but I know my family's crazy, bro.
Why is he in the corner? Don't worry about him.
And then you can tell, like, if the whole family's been military, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
MWR
Yeah.
or something, you know. It changes depending on, you know.
Right. Hey, great morning. I wasn't ignoring y'all. Great morning there, Vanilla, America, and we're both veterans. There,
Trolls of the
trolls.
trust.
Great morning to
That's
you.
an
Good to see you.
interesting
How are
name.
you?
No, we both served. We both served in the same unit together.
Right. Every single active or retired veteran has a VA card. Is this correct? This is correct.
Yeah, they
sing-
they they can.
they
no,
can.
they
They
can
don't,
get-
but they don't. No, I mean, yeah,
you don't
not
get
all
issued
of them
them.
have it.
No, you have to turn in, or your your CAT card expires. But then to get a VA card, you have to go get your DD 214, get all your paperwork, go to the VA, fill out a little paperwork, take a picture, and you'll get mailed one.
Yep.
Then you're put into the VA system, and then you can start acquiring benefits and going from there. But that's also different from the disability benefit side because I got my disability benefits before I got my health and everything. I don't know exactly how that worked, but I know that that was possible.
Right.
Thank you for our service. Appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for being someone worth serving for. Appreciate the support. That's what means the most right there.
11
And-
Hotel, is that MOS he's saying? 11
That's
Hotel?
what I'm guessing. 11 Hotel. That's got to be
Something infantry.
something to do with the infantry.
'Cause, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. All 11 series are infantry.
Depending on the circumstances, a veteran may not be eligible for VA. Well, yeah, that
Dep-
too. That too.
Depending,
on-
yeah. It's also depending on how long you serve, what your discharge was. You know, there are some. I mean, you can be
Right.
stripped of all your benefits. I've seen it happen to somebody of very high rank, and I was like, oh wow, oh like wow. You know, like meeting the front like headlines of the paper. Wow.
Oh wow.
Ar-
Yeah.
Army Times.
I even said wow on
Just-
that one.
Yeah, just look up Sergeant Major Kaye, Army Times. You'll read about it. It's hit the front page. I know you
I
know,
know
Sergeant
him.
Kaye.
Yeah, I was about
We
to
all
say.
know him. If you served in Louisiana Guard, you have sat next to that man and had a drink with him, more than likely, or seen him, known of him, heard somebody talk about him, said somebody point out and said, like, "You see that man over there? That'd be like
Oh,
that's
yeah, I've
Sergeant
seen him
Major
everywhere.
Kaye."
That's crazy. I had to
mean-
read up on that.
Yeah, it's sad about what happened, but I mean, he was, you know, for what I heard, outside of public record, I guess, you know, you get once something big happens on post, everybody's got a story to tell on it, you know,
Oh yeah.
or there's, you know, that whisper game
gets
starts
around
becoming
quick,
a
too.
very, it's not a whisper game. Everybody's like screaming it out loud. Like, you heard about this? You heard about that? The gossip starts going like a soap opera, you know. Boy, that I wonder why they haven't made a soap opera based around military life yet. Wait, Vet TV, never mind. It's not a soap opera. If a soap opera could be interesting, watch Vet TV. I promise you. They make it interesting. Evan Hotel, MOS. Heavy anti-armor weapons crewman. These infantrymen are specialized in operating heavy systems like tow missiles
Yeah.
and destroy enemy armor. 11H MOS was discontinued in October 2001 and
Oh, okay.
absorbed into the standard 11 Bravo infantryman designation. So,
Okay.
right,
So it could be an old school
right.
vet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, if they were in,
Yeah, appreciate that.
dude, right after 9/11, they discontinued that, like right after 9/11 happened, this MOS got discontinued, pushed into 11 Bravo.
Rabbit hole. Yeah. Appreciate it though, Patty.
So they made 11 Bravo infantrymen receive specialized training that would absorb that MOS. That's interesting. Oh, well, yeah, I knew somebody who that knew it was going to say it, but yeah. It's a heavy
Yeah, it's all
machine
good.
gun operator. Oh, so you basically like the 249s and the guy on the top with the boomstick.
Shout out to the gunners.
Yeah. Oh man, especially during that first 7 years.
Yeah.
How the stories I've heard of like so much equipment that had to get left over there because they modified it because they were up armoring their own stuff before they were like sending them up armored, and they have all this like Mad Max style machinery that where they just like welded and bolted stuff onto the sides of their Humvees and onto their turrets so that they could have some kind of like deflection. And then whenever
Right.
they got done, whenever they're done with their rotation to send other vehicles back, they look at it and be like, none of this is on the books, so we cannot take it back. So it had to sit there, they disassemble it, and become something that cannibalizes for parts over there for other vehicles.
Oh wow.
Now, if that's like by the way the government wanted it to be done, I'm not sure if that's how they wanted it. So, you know, I've heard
who
that
really
like
knows,
if
right?
anything was modified or broke down to a certain like deadline category of it, that it was just left there, because being left there in the condition of like decommissioned, not able to be used or anything, being in the middle of the desert or wherever it's at, what are the chances that they're going to be able to get the parts for that vehicle that are so hard for us to get and we make it? You know, they have to
Yeah.
completely be like full-blown mechanics taking stuff from other vehicles, putting it on that frame, and making it work that way.
Right.
Full engineering.
Almost mechanic engineer, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You're doing like what Whistling Dixie and all, Whistling Diesel and all them are doing. And like just hey, let's make something random.
Yeah.
But they can't fix the broken stuff that's on it. Man, if you've ever
look.
worked in a shop and you put that job order in for something 6 months later, be like, hey, is that part in? And they're like, nah, we're still waiting on it to be delivered. I mean, like, okay.
Yeah, that happens there, Patty. As soon as you get good at something in the military, you're the guy.
Oh,
That's
every
what he's
time.
saying. He was the head space and timing guru, even when his MOS changed.
Yeah, dude. Even if you show that you know how to do it and it's not your MOS, they're gonna be like, hey, go grab so and so, and
Yeah, exactly.
then you're sitting there thinking like, bro, I need to figure out how to clone myself so I can be everywhere at once, and it's not possible.
Right. Yep, 50 cal and the Mark 19. They both.
Oh, my favorite. My
Yeah,
favorite.
sure.
Thump, 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 thump.
That's right.
You sit there, you watch it, you feel it, then you just sit there and just watch it go a good mile away.
Yeah.
Okay. You just watch it like these six little dots just flying through the air in a big arc, and the craziest angle too. It's just like, wow. What is it I seen? Like whenever they came up with the Mark 19, what they did, they went around to every fifth grader in all the fifth grade classes and asked every kid in the class, what if you could make anything, what would it be? And they was like automatic grenade launcher. They said, do it. They was like, thank you. If you want to know how to make one of the most, I think it is. They picked the early Call of Duty generation before it was made and said, what would y'all like to shoot? And it was like, we like grenades. They're just like how bullets go boom, 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 boom. We want grenades to do that. They're like, okay, we can try.
Okay.
And then the Mark 19 was made. Then the worst one to clean. I hated cleaning it, but I love shooting it.
Right. Pretty wild, though. ain't it?
ASV training, where you got the Mark 19 next to your left ear, Mach Deuce at your right ear, and you got a joystick with a switch to swap over to each one, where you just send 6, then you come over and do, swap over, send 6, and swap over. It's like, bro, this is even more fun. I got one that if you shoot it too long, the barrel will bend, and the other one that will shoot things so far into the air you can watch it make the arc of the same way the barrel bends if you get it too hot.
Right.
Dude, I wish I had
always had
GoPro
to
back
have extra
then, dude.
barrels.
GoPro back then would have been so nice, man, because the mount for the helmet, it would have fit so perfect on your helmet.
Mm-hmm. You
Oh,
ain't
bro,
lying.
all those active shooter rooms that we went through, like, doing like room clearing and stuff like that, having that first person point of view on it. You could see how many times you got to go through it and how often you don't pass the iteration.
Could you imagine? That'd be wild.
Yeah, it would. I mean, because we had in MP school, we had like a photographer, videographer, and everything. And whenever I finished that class, he said he gave me a DVD, and he was like, "There's like 3,000 pictures on here," and I'm like, man, he's like, "Yeah, this isn't even all of it." He's like, "This is what I could get," because he made me a little DVD for like a little graduation thing. But man, he got some really cool shots. I wish I still had that DVD. I know I had some like scattered on my Facebook. And he was able to actually get it to whenever I was doing M9 the pistol qualification. Whenever I shot, he was able to get it to right when it racked out and ejected the casing and shot out. He got It looks like there's the blur of the round and the casing ejecting at the same time in that shot.
Wonder if our chat's working. I just saw where the chat on the screen is definitely not working.
Normally when you take it down and put it back up.
Oh, is that
corrects
fix it?
itself.
That's right. Let's try
I
that.
think that sometimes whenever it's done that, when it's popped down and come back up, like you pull up somebody's comment and it goes across, and
Yeah, it might be a glitch in there somewhere. Oh, dang. I don't know. I just noticed it went to it stopped.
yeah, I see
Wanted to make
that.
sure we wasn't missing nobody. We'll run over here to Colts real quick.
Oh yeah, Kentucky. The headspace and timing. I heard that they've made them now to where it doesn't require you to do the headspace and timing or something. I was on the Unsub podcast, so they were talking about a weapons expert over there. They had on, and I don't know if it's a newer version that they made, like an upgraded 50 cal or not. But I've heard stories about the headspace and timing. Like if it's not right, you either get the barrel that flings off, or you get the one that kind of gets refigured at the base end. I've heard that headspace and timing can get nasty if you don't know it. MG44.
Ancient MG44. I've heard that. I don't know what it's from.
Oh wow, it does look like an AK. I wonder if that's like one of the models that the AK was like finalized from, like the M16 to M4, and it's worked up to like different styles of that iteration that shoot.
Right.
Like the AK mechanism, the way that it fires is, the mechanics of it is what makes it such a reliable.
That's what I was
It
thinking.
looks-
World
it
War
look-
II.
Yeah, it looks nasty.
Well, get the comments working. Okay, that's good.
Companies that make copies of the MG44 now, if not mistaken. I imagine that's something that they would bring back, like for collectors and people that, man, I'm pretty
Right.
sure, I mean, buying one that's original from that time, you're probably looking at a good down payment on a house. I was watching something the other day. This guy was showing a pistol, and he was holding it very delicately. And he's like, "I don't even like touching this pistol." And he's like, "This pistol costs $60,000." And I was like, "Dude, I would be like, don't even hand that to me, bro." Like I
Right.
can imagine a pistol, a 1911 version pistol or something that was like but it was only like so many of them that were made. It's like the ones that are like, hey, there's only been 2 of these made in the entire world. It'd be like, I'm not shooting it. I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to build a replica of it and shoot that one. But the original one, I'm not shooting it. You can imagine that thing break. Like one thing break on it and be like, dude, how much is this going to cost to fix, dude?
Right. No telling her.
I don't know how many bags of sugar did they have to trade for it. That's crazy. Like, what would you trade? Like, the, I mean, the government forces in Africa, I heard, is like just wild and crazy because there's no organized government really in a lot of places. It's like tons of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty wild over there. I never got to go, but I've heard it's pretty wild.
Yeah, depending on where you go, like I watched somebody just recently. It's a fishing trip. It wasn't anything military, but he was going to the Congo to try to catch this one particular fish that he's seen one of the guy who used to do river monsters and fish for that. He caught this fish that actually hunts people if you get in it, but it's like you never see the fish. But it's like it's got these teeth on it that are just like it's something out of a horror movie. And the fish gets as long as you do, and it's like, oh, it's like a piranha the size of a human, or the size of a large dog.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
imagine
good.
a large dog, but it's a piranha, and that's like, like the Amazon and the Congo. It's like, don't go swimming. Swimming unless it's your own swimming pool. Don't go swimming in the dark waters. But he spent like 2 weeks to try to catch this one fish, and he wasn't sure if he was going to catch it. And then he finally caught it the last day he was there. And it was just him holding the fish. I'm just like, he catches like 7, 8 foot long gar out of the rivers here in like Texas, the Trinity River in Texas. And he's caught one that's 8 foot long, and he'll get next to it, hug it, hold on to it. The head can literally clamp onto him and just drag him away if it wanted to. But that fish is so docile, and he's hugging it, and this other one is like, we'll hunt you, and it's half the size of that one. And he's sitting there still doing the same thing, hugging it, holding it, kissing it. And I'm like, bro, come on. I know you
That's
survived
wild.
because you posted the video because you survived. I know that's, but man, I see why you have a following on YouTube, bro. You do. It's what's interesting is not just him catching the fish, the journey he records getting there, like where he's going, how he's getting there, the places he stays at, getting set up in this remote places, getting destroyed by mosquitoes that are the size of hummingbirds.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Different breed, huh?
He definitely is. He makes it entertaining to where even if he doesn't catch a fish, you're like, bro, it was still an entertaining show. Not supposed to fell trees
I'm supposed to fell trees on
on
Lake,
Lake
of the Woods.
Fell trees, huh?
I don't know. Hey, great morning,
I'm not-
Ants. It's Ants. Great morning, Ants. Good to see you. How are you?
It's autocorrect or my grammar's not that good. Fell trees. What does it mean to fell trees?
Cut them down.
Oh yeah. I've always heard that. Like you can't like if you go in any national forest or anywhere around here, you can't cut anything down for firewood, but you can use what is fallen down on the ground already for firewood. But you can't cut up a tree that's fallen, but you can take all the loose stuff you can break off of it. But yeah, ants are sour. Are they? Which kind? Fire ants, sugar ants? So I imagine sugar ants are sweet and fire ants are a little sour.
Yeah.
Or they might be spicy. It might be different. I don't know where that's going, but there's places in the Congo that still have dinosaurs, and we wouldn't know it's that remote. I believe it. Imagine what Bigfoot looks like in the Congo, in the Amazon. We got Bigfoot up here, but imagine in the places where it's that remote, where we don't even know what's underneath the vegetation, and there's a Sasquatch that lives down in that area.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably even. I mean, because dude, they have snakes.
Interesting.
The size they have snakes as long as my house, like 24-foot long snakes. Crocodiles longer than your boat. Like,
Yeah, I'm
nah,
good,
like,
right?
yeah. You think rednecks and Cajuns are strong? Bruh. Those people that walk around barefooted in the Amazon and the Congo and they live there their whole life, those people were tough.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Go ahead and grab your refill of your coffee, energy drink, water, whatever you're using to get your little day started. Use the restroom, latrine, head, whatever you call it, and we'll be right back. This is Origin of the Shot by Double A.
Yeah, like the matches, the gasp in the grass. They think a shot is just a drink in a glass. Nah, boy, out here in the land of Weston's past, a shot means you live fast, or you blink and pass away. This is somehow how the legend was cast. It's a 45 round for octane in the glass, down in the dirt where the outlaws pass. One shot of lead for one shot of the burn, pocket full of rounds for a bottle they earned. Yeah, show! Down the smoke till your chest goes numb. That's how a shot of whiskey begun. Step into the saloon, heavy dust on the leather, grungy 6 strings, crime matching up with the weather. Cowboy steps up with a hole in his pride, got a cold iron pistol hanging right at his side. No silver in the pocket, no gold in the sack, just a cylinder loaded, a hammer to slam back. He slides a heavy lead slug right across the pines. His bartender fill it up, it's medicine time. A 45 caliber, precise and profound. The cost of a drink was a single live round. Liquid fire in the glass, deadly lead on the wood. Surviving the frontier the best that they could. It's a 45 round for octane in a glass, down in the dirt where the outlaws pass. One shot of lead for one shot of the burn, pocket full of rounds for a bottle they earned. Yeah, choke down the smoke till your chest goes numb. That's how a shot of whiskey begun. Now feel the friction when history and the fiction mix. You get a room full of rowdies looking up for a fix. The whiskey hits the throat like a hammer to steel, a burning down inside just to make sure you feel the grind in the system, the rust on the tracks, the black smoke rising as the pressure attacks. They call it a shot cause it leaves a clean hole, both enter the body, one removes the soul. So tip it on back, let the cylinder spin. The Wild West rhythm is about to begin. Here we go again. Let it wash away the blood on the floor. An ounce of prevention at the saloon door. The bullet is heavy, the liquor is clear. Only the quickest survive out here. Please, kind sir, could you pour a little faster? Lay the man in the ground, just a shot of whiskey to pass the time for now. Light the matches, the gasp in the grass. They think a shot is just a drink in a glass. Nah, boy, out here in the land of Weston's past, a shot means you live fast, or you blink and pass away. This is somehow how the legend was cast. It's a 45 round for octane in a glass, down in the dirt where the outlaws pass. One shot of lead for one shot of the burn, pocket full of rounds for a bottle they earned. Yeah, choke down the smoke till your chest goes numb. That's how a shot of whiskey begun.
Let's go. That's where it started, all. That's where it started.
That's part of it.
That's part of it. That's right.
That one was fun to write.
Yeah. Love
Cause
it.
I've always heard people talk about that, but you go to a random like dive bar somewhere like that, and be like, you know where the shot got its name from? And be like, no sir, tell me. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, that's interesting. You go and look it up, and you're like, wow, he was. I mean, there's more to it, but
Right.
to sum it up, like if you didn't have the money back then, like back in old Western days, how many people actually did have money? They had rounds and stuff to trade. And like, dude, like the game Fallout, bullets are worth more than money at that point.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting there, Helmet. He said, I wonder how large a breeding population of dinosaurs would have to be in order for the species to survive.
Well, I do know that alligators, crocodiles, and alligator gar are considered descendants of the dinosaurs. So technically, we do still have some of them surviving. They're just smaller hybrid species of what used to be.
Right.
And if we would allow them to get as big as what they can, it would probably be very dangerous. Like, the fact that a snake can get up to 25 feet long, an alligator can get as long as a 16-foot bass boat, a crocodile can end up being 23 feet long. Like, that by itself is scary. Like, when you think about it, it's like, that's why I don't like swimming in dark water. I'll get in, I get out. I go dip in, cool off, get out. I don't sit there and wait and give it time to come get close to me where I can't see it. Because I've watched Lake Placid. Jaws.
Yeah.
I mean, look, sharks, they're like kind of like a hybrid descendant of the megalodon, which is an ancient dinosaur shark, basically. I mean, we almost knocked whales into extinction in the 1800s before electricity. Like the whole Moby Dick story. Like,
Right.
I remember they outlawed, like, it's illegal to hunt whales along American coast. They still do illegal whale hunting down there in the Antarctic, I think. Or, like, because I know there are still some countries that sell, like, eat whale. I think mostly Asian cultures over there on that side.
Gotcha.
But I mean, think a whale can get as big as a sailboat, a yacht. I mean, I've seen overhead views of sailboats with a humongous whale underneath it, and it looks like it could just knock that sail. It looks like somebody playing with a toy in a bathtub. You know?
Yeah.
Like it could just swallow it almost.
Yeah, they're huge.
I think there are still some, but they're stretched few and far between to where they are in places where if we do see them, it's one person on a very extremely rare occasion to see it. Kind of like if somebody actually finds Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Right.
It's gonna be that one and only time, and it's gonna, if they to find and have the proof of, there will only be one and only. We won't see no widespread or large populations anymore. Like I said the other day, I think Bigfoot is he is the number one running contender, like master of playing hide and go seek.
Yeah, right.
Everybody has seen him, but they have yet to put their hands on him and say, "Tag, you're it." But hey, I've seen him. Where'd he go? That's it. The master of hide and go seek.
Master.
Yeah, and he's not going to tell nobody how to do it either, because he's like, bro, if I tell somebody I know how to do it, then they'll find me. It's like having your good fishing spot. Once you tell somebody where your fishing spot is, you never catch fish there anymore.
Yep. That's true.
Oh, really? 1902, they officially confirmed the silverback gorilla. Like 100% confirmed it. I bet you that person was like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy going, oh no. I would be a silverback gorilla. That would be intense, man. One of them run up to you and get face to face and just be like, ah. That'd be the noise I'd make. Like one of those little squeaky toys.
Wow. Placement.
Uh,
Huh. Every time. At least 15,000. Wow, that's interesting. Doesn't surprise me, but it's interesting.
right? How many different species of birds do we say there were? Like 8,000 different species of birds right now. So that's. Dude, if I discovered a new like species of something, I would be like the kid off of Stranger Things running around with that little worm thing, just being like, like I'd be wondering if it's some kind of interdimensional creature or an alien at that point. Be like, if I discovered something that's never been discovered before, I'd be like, I need my Mop 4 gear and my gas mask because I don't know what this thing is.
Right.
Which I have noticed, like, strangely, like, some insects have, like, disappeared. And then some strange insects I've never seen before, I've noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Some new bugs popping up that you don't see.
And I remember, like, do you remember love bugs down here? How bad they used to be?
Oh yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I haven't experienced, like, I might see one or two floating around every now and then. Like, but I remember it used to be so bad, you couldn't park your car underneath your carport because the carport was like swarmed with it, like
Right.
lined on the walls. We used to spray them and wash them off because what was crazy is they only live for like 3 days and then they die off. So you end up after 3 days, you got a ton of them that are still alive because they repopulate like duckweed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're everywhere.
you got all the dead ones there, so it's like, and then what they just destroy your car paint. You'd have paint
yeah.
peeling off your cars, and
Windshield. Can't see nothing.
oh god, yeah, it would just ruin your windshield wipers to harden them to where they wouldn't even work. Like they
Yep.
would just sit there and just scrape across, and they would just smear it was like dude, I think that's what Gorilla Glue's made from is love bugs. Because if you get a bunch of love bugs and smear them on your windshield and leave it on there overnight, it's basically like you just took Gorilla Glue, smeared it all over your windshield, but you're just gonna have to get a new windshield. Because it's just you just ruined it being able to see out of it, but I haven't seen them at all. It used to be so bad the whole front of your car would be caked with them.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy. That
now
they're not coming around anymore.
it's nothing. It's like I think they're more like in Florida. I think they still have them, but nowhere near as bad. Whenever I was growing up, like used to hate them. Like love bug season, it was just that time of year. We'd like love bug season's here, and we'd be fighting them off the whole time. Bro, they'd be going up your
Right.
nose. Just,
I remember they used to love white vehicles too.
yeah, They go towards moisture and anything bright white. And that's why everybody
Yeah.
had a white house. They couldn't park underneath their carports. Everybody with white cars they were like black on the front.
Yeah.
It looked like they just ran smooth through like a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
It was like just the worst paint job fade from like bug guts black to just whatever your paint was.
Right. Someone's caught a mountain lion on trail cam in Franklin County, Kentucky this week.
We got black
confirmed
panthers
spotting
down
in
here.
40 years. Interesting.
Yeah, we got one of the homeless communities. They were on the news one day, and this guy was saying that he heard something growling like a giant, he said it wasn't a dog. It sounded like an animal from the zoo, and it was one of the tent cities they had, and they swear up and down it was a black panther. So it's apparently this panther that roams up and down the levee.
Mm.
And it wouldn't surprise me because I mean, you go across the river, there's so much, like, I would say it's not vacant land, but it's isolated land for where nothing can hunt there except animals. Nobody can go there because it's private, and perfect place for an animal to just be hide over there
Homestead.
and wait. Yeah. I mean, there's this one area that you can go to that's public, and you can go there. And I was sitting there fishing, and as I'm fishing, all nice little coyotes just trying to sneak up behind me, and I'm like, okay, let me get back in the middle of the water. like they're looking at me like, hey, nobody like you ever comes here. What are you doing here?
Right.
Like, they don't have a human to scare them off, so they're like not even scared of me, which is that's pretty bothersome, you know. You pick a spot to camp, and that animal's just like, is this my takeout? Somebody DoorDash me a meal today?
Yeah, just gotta try to stay away from them.
Once he seen that, I noticed him though, man. But he did like Bigfoot, bro. He learned how to hide and go seek, because I couldn't find him after that. He was like 50 yards away from me or less.
Right, that'll make you nervous.
But it's like the trees. There's so many trees that and they're camouflaged with the environment already. So it's kind of like once they hit a certain point, they can just blend in. My dog's the same way.
Yeah.
Like I can be shining my flashlight directly on him, but if he don't turn his eyes to me, I can't see him. I'm like, dude, that's so scary, bro. I'm glad you're not a bad dog. Because you would have gotten me like 5 times already. I'm like, you were standing right next to me and I didn't know it.
Yeah, right, Patty. I bet that was a journey.
Cool. 35,000 acres.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we're wanting to get, something like that connected to wildlife reserve
Yeah.
for vet love. Yeah, that's awesome though. Wow. You could do some exploring out there, Patty, for sure.
Yeah.
You could get lost
I was doing
too,
some. I went by the wildlife place yesterday to get my all access for national parks and stuff. And I was asking them like, where can you like primitively camp? Like I've been to these places where it says there's a campsite, but there's no like labeled campsite. I'm like, where can you camp? Like if you're on a hiking trail and somebody wanted to do like a 5-day like hiking camp style like that, they pull out this map and it was like all this in the green. You could just pick a spot. And I'm like, really? You can just randomly pick a spot anywhere off of these national park trails, and just as long as it's not a recreational area that requires you to pay, like for the stay inside their campsites or their accommodations and stuff, you have to pay for like recreational areas. But if you go on like say Azalea Trail is one of them by Kincaid Lake here.
Yeah.
You can walk along the trail. They said if you want to camp along that trail, you have to be 50 feet off of the trail in either direction from it, and you can't obstruct the trail, but you can just camp out anywhere. You'd find a clear spot and just pitch a tent. Like if you're on like, cause they're trying to make a cross country style trail, and then I was wondering that, which opened up ideas for I mean, definitely bring some bear mace and a firearm, because boy, black bears, like I said, panthers, coyotes. I mean, there's the wildlife. But if you camped in the summertime, which would be brutal and miserable, you probably encounter them more than you would during the wintertime.
Right. Hey, great morning, Judge. Good to see you. How are you?
Good morning.
Appreciate you. And I understand. Good luck out there.
Oh yeah, the ticks have gotten bad. They've always really been bad.
Yeah, I think they are getting worse, though. I understand that part.
Yeah, I heard that they were
Seems like you can't go
people
to the woods
finding
anymore without getting a tick
boxes
on
of
you.
them being like let loose in certain remote areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's another rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole that leads to a conspiracy with many of theories behind it.
Right. Exactly.
Which in 50 years we'll find out, like they did with Lyme disease, that it was something that they generated into something to weaken a group of people, to make something more profitable into the hands of the higher elites who don't give a shit about us down at the bottom. But it's all right, you know.
Yeah.
God's watching, people.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Now, if you do get bit by a tick, how you can
Okay,
avoid
I'll
getting
be
those
right back,
diseases. All right, brother. If you find a tick within 24 hours, if you get it off of you, it reduces your chances of contracting with it. So whatever disease or virus that the tick has. And then the way that the bite mark looks afterwards. You know, it's got like I think most tick bites have looks like a target, a ring around it with a center with the puncture mark. If you have that indication, I think that's when you want to go get checked. And normally that happens if it's been on you close to or after the 24-hour mark. And that's for Lyme disease and that Lone Star tick. I forget what they call it. The alpha-gal disease that's for the red meat. But I do know that the alpha-gal one does have a treatment for it. I think they do have something that helps treat that. And Lyme disease, obviously, has been around so long. They have something for it. I'm not too familiar with it, but I know I had a buddy that had Lyme disease. And that's something that's flare-ups from that are just like, it's one of those where you just kind of like, they even know it, and it's like, got to ride it out. It's kind of like people that have gout or a migraine. You know, it's one of those things like, except I don't think you can catch it to reduce the inflammation or anything that it causes. One of those things you just have to suffer through until the treatment gets to the point where it relieves it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
And a migraine is the only thing I can really relate it to. Is like once it hits, you just kind of, I mean, you're on that ride until it stops, kind of thing. You know, well, you can't catch the symptoms like a migraine. If you can catch it, you can stop it. I don't think you can actually stop the symptoms, the flare-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, I get that there, Judge.
Much about it.
Right. As she said, she was interviewing some crane operators. Yeah, I get that because, I was a crane operator myself, and it was not an easy test. Nah. Still very surprised that I passed that test, but I actually spent a lot of time practicing for it. So, shout out to the crane operators.
Never done a crane up. I mean, I've done small ones that are on like the recovery vehicles and stuff like that, just to get licensed for operation. But
right,
yeah, doing it in like as you know, hey, we're gonna be here for 10 hours. Boy,
Yeah,
that's when
I
it was
did
like,
on the railroad, so it wasn't like as you know, like the big cranes, but they were trucks that we put on the rail.
I wanted to reclass to the engineer side. Was it the 12 series? I think in the Army for like 12 Bravos are like combat engineers.
Yeah, I
I
think so.
wanted to do I wanted to
I
do
think it is
that on
12.
like the demolition side, you know. But you got to be of a certain intelligence level to be an engineer. My math is not that good. I could build a house, but that's about as far as it goes.
Right. Yeah, I could do a little bit of that.
Yeah, building the houses and stuff seems easy because that's more geometry, like angles and degrees and stuff like that. I can grasp that, but certain things with engineering, you have to know like Einstein style math, you know, like break down like, you know, calculations of pounds per square inch versus this much and that and the other, and how to know what your build is going to be. Yeah, it's a lot more involved in it than just like, hey, cut this angle, put this there. The engineer's telling me how to build it, basically. I'm just doing
Right.
what the engineer's telling me. Yeah. Same thing with mechanic work. You know, like I can work on it, but bro, if you told me how to build, I'd be like, bro, you gotta have to send me to a lot of school.
Hey,
Like
that's
from the
wild, Patty.
engineering aspect.
14 ticks. He found 14 ticks on him after cleaning the fence road the other day. That's crazy.
Man, I've heard like there's some like techniques that you can do to keep them from getting on you, like that makes it hard for them to actually stay on you and penetrate you and like bite you, like you know, like
You good, brother? Welcome to the scene.
oh, I was like, who's here?
Who's he talking to?
Paused. Yeah.
Good morning, y'all. So I've had such an issue over the last hour just trying to get phone service.
Oh man,
Oh, wow.
Going through these mountains, man.
I tell you, you get that dude, that mobile Starlink that you can for the car or anywhere you can bring it with you. You can get it for like $50 a month. I'm about to get it.
At this
Yeah.
point, with how much I've been like traveling and like, it's like anytime like I go either south or east from like State College, going through the mountains, phone service gone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, have a great day, Helmet. Thank you for being here.
Have a good one, Helmet.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. How's y'all's morning been?
Good.
Great so far.
Going pretty good. Slow running
just-
for me, but
Yeah, we just rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Stab BB. Patty says.
What's up, Bubba? Again, driving. I'm not gonna look at comments.
No, you're good. That's why
oh
I got
yeah,
you.
pay attention to her. We'll let you know what they say.
Let me know who's talking shit.
Everybody, all of them.
It's 300-ton Grove. Yeah, that's a big crane.
Yeah, how's y'all's today's the day?
Thursday.
Any plans? Anything y'all want to get accomplished?
I'll be honest, I want to get that sticker on my truck. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Which sticker?
The one that Jeep and Johnny's wife made for me.
Oh yeah. You still haven't had that on? I thought you put that on like a while ago.
No, I hadn't put it on yet. I'm still waiting to
Oh.
wash my truck, but it's a nice day.
It
Yeah,
is
it's part of
actually.
my OCD. You know, I can't. I don't know. I've always been like that, putting stickers on a dirty truck.
Yeah, and so it's
Right.
like making sure it's like square and there's no bubbles and all of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's a little process.
Right.
I used to do it for people too, so it's like I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I've just
Oh,
always
yeah.
taken
Oh,
pride
yeah,
in it.
definitely. Yeah, it's the same thing I do. Like when I find somebody like either work on my car, if I work on my car, I'm very nervous about somebody else working on my stuff because I'm like, are they gonna do it the way I would if I was if I was turning the wrench on it. Like, make sure the torque
Right.
is at the right specs. Are they gonna make sure this is that and that's that? And really look at everything like I would, like that 27-point inspection. I mean,
Yeah,
God,
I
man,
agree with that.
I mean, I've spent so much time in the motor pool with other people going over vehicles, and they bring back the paperwork, and I'm just like, I know that vehicle has more on it because I just looked at it. Go back. You know, that vehicle is not good to go, bro. Go back and tell me what it's almost like I know what's wrong with it, and then I'm waiting to see if y'all can find it. And when you can't find it, I'm like, nope, you're still cold, buddy. You can't go back to the unit until you find everything. You can't leave here until I release you, bro. Go. I don't care if you're an E6 or not.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I see how it is.
if you were sitting there, well, it was mostly E5s and below. E6 was down there in the outside in the smoke pit, and we were like, y'all done yet?
Right.
All right, when they're done, send them up to the unit. And if they ain't back in like 30 minutes from him saying that, he's calling you and be like, hey, are they still down there? We're like, yeah. He's like, what are they doing? We're like, I don't think they know how to read, Sergeant. But I'd always have to go back afterwards and recheck all the vehicles. Like, after I go to the paperwork, I'm like, no, I'd go back on it and be like, all right, add this, you know. 'Cause my whole day was either doing that, getting samples, putting a job order, or giving all the information for somebody else to put in a job order. And that's what my day consisted of. For me to look out and be like,
All them-
everybody's gone for the day.
all them
They
exhaust
let us know
samples.
again.
Do
I
what?
kind of miss it though.
I said all them exhaust samples that you gotta get.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I was getting everybody else to get those while it was running. I would tell them, hey, while I'm letting it run up to heat up the oil and the transmission fluid for me to get those samples, go grab a trash bag and get that exhaust sample for me.
Trash bag.
I would go. Hey, you got to make sure they come back with one of the clear white ones. I'm like, nah, dude, you can't use that one. It's got to get one of those big, heavy duty black trash bags. They're like
Right.
55 gallon.
The other one will melt.
Yeah. Oh, they all melt. I'm just like, then when it does that, you're like, dude, now you contaminated it, bro. You got to go get another one. Clean that off, and we'll do it again.
Oh man.
That only
And they
worked on
wonder
the
why
new
we're all
people,
fucked
though.
up.
Yeah, we only worked on the new people. You got somebody new that's to the motor pool, you got to do it to them. Everybody else is standing there at the smoke pit watching. You know, like he's getting the new guy, and everybody's watching like it's a zoo.
Oh yeah. Initiation station.
100%.
I mean,
It's all
everybody's
good
got to go
fun,
ask Sergeant Major. Hey, go ask Sergeant Major for a box of grid squares so we can get started with our land navigation. And when they actually go over there and ask Sergeant Major, and then they come back with only one of them or a box of them and say, hey, Sergeant Major said we need this done by the end of the day. And they're like, oh, God, Sergeant Major's in on this too.
Yeah, right. Right. I got something for they ass.
Man, it's like, could you imagine that? You get somebody and be like, hey, I need you to cut all these grid squares out and put them in this shoebox. And then whenever somebody comes and asks you for a grid square, you pull one out and you hand it to them.
That'd be funny.
I can't remember what her name was. I remember that she was new to the unit, and they had her go over there and do that. She come back with a box of grid squares and one that the sergeant major had given her and said, now every time I see you, you better have that one on your person with your CAC. So she had it all the time for like the first 2 years with her CAC card.
What did
and
he
everything.
give? What did he give her as the box of grid square? Like just like maps?
No, a box of a map that was cut up individually in the grid squares.
So he took the time to cut up a map into grid squares.
I think he already had it, and he just like I said,
I'm
I think
assuming
had
he
somebody
already
cut
had it,
them
but
up
like
for him.
Oh, there's like an extra duty punishment, being like you're
Yeah.
chopping up this next. It's probably the last person that asked him that. It's like you're chopping up this map, so next time you fuck with someone, they're actually gonna have something to bring.
I also think it happened pretty regular with him all the time, so he probably was prepared for it just in case it did happen. Because he sent it to him and said, "Tell your squad leader or your platoon sergeant that this needs to be put together by the end of drill." or something like that. And if not,
Oh, like
then,
actually like reassemble the map.
yeah. He
Or
was
that's
like, he would send, he would like, he would like
that'd be
counter, like his counter attack was like, okay, y'all want to mess with me? Now I'm messing back with y'all. And this better be done by the end of drill weekend. And we already know we already got so much to do. We ain't gonna have time to put this map together, dude. It's a whole map of Camp Beauregard.
Yeah, he already knows it's impossible.
Right. So he gives you an impossible task that you know is not going to be able to be accomplished just because, like, now you cannot counter that with. If you came back with him, be like, we got it put together for you, Sergeant Major, he'd be like, okay, I don't know how to counter this one now. I got a coin for you next week.
Yeah.
I'll get it for
Yeah,
you
you just
made.
have that one dude that's like really good with puzzles.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure there's somebody that's that.
Like actually
autistic,
goes
man.
through
This
and it's
is-
like, all right,
yeah.
these grid lines, like there's 3 of them on this left side, and then it goes back down, so it's like they're this shape, and then like matching up all of like that crap.
Right. Oh, dude. Yeah, they're like looking at them and just like they're doing the whole Rain Man thing with it. Just like, here we go, this over here, that right there. All right,
Well-
B10 goes with it. Like, I got all the 10 rows here. I got all the B's here. I got this. I need all the Z's. All
Hard pass.
yeah, I would dedicate that. Be like, all right, you 3. I would be like, I need some volunteers and get 3 people and be like, this is what you're gonna do all weekend. You're not doing anything else. If anybody else comes to get you, tell them to call me. And you stick them inside like in a closet somewhere with a light, and they're just in there just trying to figure out how the map is put together for like 3 days.
It's like the people with like they have like all the crime scene photos, and there's just like lines going all over the place, being like, all right, how do we get this all connected?
Right. You have to somehow make them think that this is a reclass to CIF or something like that. You know, you're going to be CID after you do this. I promise you.
Reclass to CIF. You're gonna be the one saying no when we try to turn our shit in.
Not CIF. I meant CID.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant, but I was just like, imagine if that was an actual thing, like someone like spite reclassed it from CIF.
Oh yeah, dude. You tell them that, be like, oh, I don't want to be CIF, but dude, you can deny everybody everything, dude. You can make them come back. You'll be like the DMV of the Army, bro.
Yeah. Did y'all see what Patty said? We had a private overseas. He was that guy. We gave him a hammer and told him to hit the up-armored Humvee to check the armor and circle all the spots that sound
Yeah, that's
weird.
my
We came
favorite
back an
one.
hour later, and the Humvee was completely covered in circles. LOL.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's one of my favorite ones I've heard people doing. Just like,
Yeah.
you give them that rubber mallet and a piece of chalk and tell them to go to town. You give them 2 different distinct sounds. Be like, all right, when it sounds like this, that's good. When it sounds like this right here, boom, that's a soft spot in the armor. We need to circle that. That way we can send it for them to get it patched up. Even the fiberglass. They couldn't tell you. I can't. It must be carbon fiberglass. It's bulletproof. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I remember old buddy telling me that. He's like, that's my favorite one to tell people to do.
You're right.
And then another one with the sergeant major got involved in that one too. When he's seen us, like, he's like, Sergeant, what's he doing over there? He's like, he's checking it for soft spots in the armor, Sergeant Major. He walks over there all angry, and we're like, oh God, he's mad about us messing with the new guy. And he goes over there and grabs it out of his hand, and he's like, you're doing it all wrong. You got to hit it harder. Start it over. And he made him wash it all off and start over.
Jeez.
I was like, man, that's when it was fun.
Yeah.
When you knew there wasn't a whole lot to do that weekend, whenever the sergeant major's joining in on the jokes and stuff. But whenever whenever it's busy, he's like, no time for jokes, guys. He's like, oh goodness, it's gonna be a long weekend.
Yeah. Good times.
I've never had. I mean, I've had one, but I've always had sergeant majors that were always like that and like fun and banter. I know, like, there's one in drum. He like just took over for the battalion, and I think me and my buddy. It was like Friday. We did change of command, and me and my buddy were going out to a bar, and he was like walking through the barracks, and he was like, "Does no one like drink in the fucking barracks anymore? Like, no one's in the day room." Like, no one's doing anything. I said, we're not allowed. He was like, what the fuck you mean you're not allowed? It's like literally in our rooms that max we're allowed to have 6-pack. Like it's a 6-pack, a bottle of wine, or a fifth. Like you can't have anything more than that. Like you're not allowed to do anything in the day room. He was like, bullshit. And I was like, literally, CQ has like the memos from the old Star Major. He went and looked at it. He's like, he ripped it out. He's like, this is not a thing. And he's like, what are you guys drinking? So him and his wife went and like got us like just a shit ton of alcohol. And we just played like beer pong and shit in the day room until like 4 o'clock in the morning with our Star Major until his wife came and picked him up. And we're like, fuck yeah. And he's like, this day room, like the door will not be shut. Like you guys can have alcohol in your fucking rooms. Like that's dumb as hell. Like all of my best memories of being like a young soldier was having fun in the barracks.
Yeah, it all depended on whoever the main command was that allowed you to have it. You
Yeah,
know? And there's always
the
that
one
one stickler, E5 or E6 or E7 that's always like, this is not allowed.
it was the old Star Majors. Like I don't want you guys because like they would have like sign for like the TVs in the day room and all the furniture and all this other shit. He's like, I don't want you guys fucking breaking them. So like you had to like go and even like request like a key to open up the day room and then like obviously do like all that bullshit. But like the only time anyone used it was like we would do like PT and it would like in at the barracks or like some big battalion stuff and they would like have like the day rooms is like where we like split off to do something instead of going back to the companies. But that was like the only time for like the 2 years he was in control. And then that one showed up. He's like, fuck that. Like, let's go. Like, what are you guys drinking? And then just literally came back with like 230 racks and like 2 bottles of liquor. And we just.
Hell yeah. Hey, great morning, lady. Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, I think the only time they were really, really serious about that time where like no alcohol no more was that time we went to Camp Shelby and somebody ended up on the mandatory fun day. Somebody ended up having alcohol poisoning at like 10:30 in the morning. That's the only time they really got like super serious about like going through the barracks. I mean, like we told you no alcohol. We told y'all no alcohol. They're like not in the barracks. You had to walk a mile and a half to the All Ranks Club if you were going to drink. So by the time you walk there and then walk back, you already done walked off any kind of alcohol you drank.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But it's like in the barracks, there's like, yeah.
So I was trying to explain to my friends because like I've never had a hangover, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" It's like I've woken up still drunk, and like, what do you mean you've woken up still drunk? It's like you drink until 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and then you wake up at 5 to do PT. Like you're still gonna be drunk, and you're like,
oh yeah,
and then you run like 5 months. Like you guys run while drunk, and I was like, you go to like any army installation on like. After a 4-day or like before they deploy or anything like that and you go to like a PT formation, you could fucking smell it.
Yeah,
dude, just if they walk through there with just one of those little breathalyzers, if everybody had their own, just to see let's see what everybody's blowing this morning.
Yeah, right.
Except like that like
you would be
last month
you'd be surprised some
deployment,
people are still standing. Like wow.
Yeah.
That last month before deployment where it's like like you're not going to for a while, not going like for like a year or whatever, like you're going all like as much as you can. And then looking back on it now, you're like dumb as hell, but like, yeah, like freaking, and then go to PT and just like run 5 miles. But it's like, I've woken up still drunk and like the transition of going from like still being drunk to sober, like sucks. But I was like, I've never like woken up with like a headache and they're like, what the hell? It's like, it's welcome to the army. I don't know what you want. Like just used to waking up and just running 5 miles whenever you could barely like get out of bed, like at 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you get done running that 5 miles, though, you're like, bro, that wasn't that bad. It's just because you couldn't remember the first 4 miles.
Right. I'll be right back.
When you finally come out of the blackout of the drunk, you're just like, whoa, bro, we're running. Okay. Looking around, like looking at your shoes. And just like, did I throw up on myself? Did anybody throw up on anybody?
I haven't fallen.
If you're in the middle of
I haven't thrown up. Dude, I was always like one of the faster ones. So like anytime that first person that fell out, I was like, I got him. Just because it's like I'm not super sweating yet, but like it's going to happen.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like it's first person. I'm like, I don't want to be next to like our first sergeant or anything. Like, and then meanwhile, he's probably in the same boat of like,
Right.
and then I come to recruiting and like we're supposed to do PT or something like that, and for like our like company training, and our first sergeant be like, yeah, we're not doing that. I found out I made the MQ list, so me and my wife got drunk as shit last night. So we're not really doing training today.
It's so National Guard. So we're gonna do PT once a month. Once a month, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna do a 1.5 mile jog, and we're gonna do the 22 push-ups, 22 sit-ups. Just do what you can. Do what you can. And it was funny is when you got like first sergeant or somebody who's like you could tell that they don't do PT on a regular basis, but I mean they're remotely in shape, but they're just like some exercises you can tell they just skip. Like I would skip leg day all the time. Like I hate leg day.
Right.
And but my thing was always like pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups. And my leg day was just run. That was my leg day. Like if I'm gonna do anything for my legs, it was run.
Yeah. Hey, great morning, Sling. Good to see you, brother. How are you?
But
Oh,
I'd
and
say
slang.
that's the biggest exercise out of all of them that I've done that I had to do or was able to do. Running is the one that I miss the most.
You miss running?
I miss it, dude. I miss being able to run like a 8 minute mile, just for fun. Just get out there and just jog. I would do jogging like even before I got in the military. I'd go jog like 7 miles every other day. I'd do a bike. I'd drive
Yes,
like 12, 15 miles on a bike for every day in between. I was like prepping myself for like personal trainer and like marathons, cross country style stuff before I joined. So whenever I got in, it was like running was like super fun. But we always blew my mind as somebody that was like 5'2", 4'8", could run twice as fast as me. I always blew my mind. Like you got these little bitty small people just like feet moving as fast as I can be, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to catch up to them, but like I can't. I don't know how y'all do it, bro. Y'all Energizer bunnies just coming by. Sound like the Jetsons vehicle just. I don't know. My injury comes from the constant running and nonstop. Because I used to just run. I used to go to the post all the time, and you go to the gym, and like I'd spend more time on the track running than I would in the gym. It was a 1/2 mile track. I'd make like 4 or 5 laps around it. I mean, because when you're in, and they like they would say PT on your personal time kind of thing. That's kind of how it was and through the unit is like, and whenever people would show like the numbers showing like the PT test would show that it's not like you could tell people weren't like doing PT on their personal time based upon how like physical they were on their test. Then that's when they started implementing it like every now and then in drill. We're going to do like small PT sessions for the ones. It was mainly for the ones who failed their PT test. They would force them to do PT. Everybody else got to go on their own.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of like a force, like put them through fat camp, I guess. It was like they were trying to instill a fat camp type of thing, and then trying to motivate them to like do this outside of drill, because doing it just this 1 weekend a month isn't going to get you where you need to be.
Right.
And I also had a lot of people to run with too whenever I was there. Like everybody in the motor pool ran. So it was like when we got done, it was like our personal PT was like you'd see everybody in the motor pool. We just pick a day, get in PTs, and just start running around post. Yeah.
Right.
And that made the runs fun too, because then you would get like you'd go into competitions with people and be like, all right, we do like 60 120s. I know people probably hate those.
Yeah.
We used to do those. Used to do those for fun.
Yeah.
Just take off, sprint until you can't breathe, and then start walking until you can breathe.
Yeah,
and once you
for
can
2
breathe,
minutes,
just take
yeah.
off sprinting again, and
I remember that. Holy shit, they brought me back.
Yeah.
Hey, great morning, Basics. Good to see you. How are you?
That's probably why my back and my hips and my knees and everything are all the way they are. It's because I used to compete with myself. I used to love getting on the track whenever there was like a bunch of people on there and to see how many people I can pass up. I'd just get behind them at a comfortable pace and then I would just like, it'd be a whole bunch of them and then I would just use them as like a serpentine. I'd just zigzag through them and then I'd find somebody behind me trying to keep up with me and then some little person passing me up and I'm like trying to catch up with them. Next thing you know, we all can't breathe and I'm just sitting there just like, I'm going home now.
All right, you guys got me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sorry, got another bad area, just going down a mountain.
Oh, you're good. I was
You
reliving
good,
my
bud?
abilities to run back then, man.
Yeah.
So I think
I-
my fastest 2 mile was 13 minutes. It's the fastest I ever ran a 2 mile.
Damn.
What I was saying, I think, before I completely got cut off, is like, I feel like it's the stuff with the Army. It's like, if you enjoyed doing it before you were in, yeah, you don't like doing it while you're in or now, like camping. I used to love camping.
Right.
Like I still go and stuff
Yeah.
now, but it's like now I'm like I'm not sleeping like in a sleeping bag outside in a tent, any of that bullshit. I was sleeping outside
Yeah, you
like in
got-
a tent, but I'm not like, freaking any of that
You need that.
cool
You need
crap.
that. You need some of that glamping stuff where it's like
I
my
need a
tent's
little-
gotta have 4 sections to it. Where it's a 3-bedroom tent with a living area. Each room has a queen size blow up mattress.
Yeah, it's not even like that extent, but it's like when I get there better be fire. All right, because now that's not camping
Oh.
if there's no fire. Not just like going out, just sitting in the woods, being like, ooh, like no.
Oh, dude. No, even if it's scorching hot outside, you have to have a fire.
There
because
better
that's
be
gonna
a fire.
Kill the bugs. That's the only thing to put light and to kill the bugs that are like, oh, go to the light.
It could be 100 degrees outside. If I'm camping, there better be a fire.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
And
Just how
I,
cold or hot it is outside depends on how close I am to it, But
Yeah.
there has to be a fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
there has
like
to be a
you-
little
you-
body of water or something like close to there too. Like I don't know, it's something about night fishing. Being down here.
I love
that's
night.
during the cold time. Like crappie fishing or sakale, whatever y'all white perch. That's the best thing. Like during the cool seasons, just an all night fishing trip. Like, cause down here we set up yo-yos. It's actually like a yo-yo. You set it. When the fish hits it, it pulls it up. So you just go out there and set them, and then just every 30 minutes or so, you just go out there and check them, and then if it's got bait, you rebait it, and you get the fish, and in between time, you're just sitting around the campfire, just doing whatever. That's the funnest camping I like. Like when you go to like field training exercises where it's like, we're going to get there late. We're going to set up in the dark. We're going to do things where you don't have time to have fun. Then it's not really camping at that point. It's field training exercise.
Yeah.
And I see where that in general makes people dislike camping so much. Because when I go camping, I like to have time to set up, relax, chill, enjoy. And then, but when you go on field training exercises, you're always getting there
you're
late.
running
You're
and
getting there in a
gunning, yeah.
rush. Nothing's organized. You got like 75% of people there are just like, I don't want to be here. And that energy kind of bleeds out too.
Yeah.
And it's because
It's like I want to like go camping and like
suck.
have a fire, roast some s'mores, play some like catch with the football or some cornhole or something, and just like goof off for a little bit.
Right. And,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go like do that type of like just. I'm just gonna go and sleep in the woods for a weekend. Just see what happens. I got some sunflower seeds, and some Vienna sausages. That'll last me.
There you go.
now, see, that's some stuff that I want to do as far as like they're called like survival challenges when you do it that way. It's like I'm going to bring only 10 items with me. I got 1 bag of dry food, and then I've got a fishing pole and a knife, and I'm gonna catch and cook the rest of the time. But I'm going to be gone for 5 days. That's to me. See that for me, that's exciting. I like doing stuff like that.
You can do that all you want. I'll be doing it.
Oh, most people
I'll
that
be
do
rooting.
that, like I watch,
I'll,
they only have like
I'll
them and
like
maybe one other person. The support would. That's what I want to start kicking off my outdoors channel, doing stuff like that. So I'm trying to find places where you can like just do like I guess like homeless camp, but legally.
I enjoy watching that content. Like, is it the dad in Alaska that does it?
Oh yeah, what's his name? I forget his name, but yeah,
Like, I
he's a prior service Marine.
cool to like watch
Yeah,
and
he
learn
moved up.
from.
Yeah, him and his sons. They got a full blown Alaskan homestead up there, though. Yeah, dude. That
Like,
guy.
I
As soon
enjoy
as he
watching
posts a
them, but I
video,
like
he
watch
just
that
like
and I'm like,
you watch it. What? My bad.
no, it's like I enjoy watching it. And I was like, it's so good to know, but I'm like, I'm glad you're doing it, not me. Like, I'll save the video in case I ever need to, and like, I'm glad I learned from it. But I'm like, I never want to go out and like, oh, let me
Right.
just go and dig an igloo and stuff, while my feet are completely freezing off, and
Yeah, I
I
imagine
forgot my
some of
extra
that's
pair of socks.
because he adds that extremity to it, just because I think that pulls the views in, because that's
Oh, yeah,
always
it's still the
entertaining too,
content
watching
creation
somebody do
aspect
that.
of it. Yeah.
But he's still doing it in the manner of like, it's possible. These are helpful. It's a means of survival, and shows the ability of what a human's capable of too.
Yeah,
Right.
like I enjoy watching them. Like I think it's still cool that like someone is making the content, like putting it out there because it is going to be like someone's going to need it at some point. I just hope I never needed it because I don't want to do that shit again.
Right.
And so it's like I'll watch, I'll root you on. Heck yeah, like but don't invite me to come out with you one time because I'll be like off on the side like a half mile away. I'll have like my tent and fire and like I'll bring like everything with me. You can go out with your 10 items and be like, let's do this. And I'm like, eating like fried steak or some shit like that.
Well, I also like watching the ones too where the people go just for the relaxing float rides, or like they're not even trying to catch to keep, they're catching it and letting it go. Just like either kayak journeys, hiking journeys, stuff like that, and they end up throwing a camping trip in that, which normally those are like 2-3 days, and you got enough food with you that lasts you for that.
Like, I don't mind doing like I enjoy like hiking, like actually going on a trail and going up a mountain and all of that. But I usually am like I'm going up and I'm coming back down. Like I'm not staying overnight.
Right. Like now, the extreme version, like there's a guy Joe Robinette, and he does those survival journeys where he'll go on like a 7-day we call portages. He's up in Canada, so they call them portages, I think. It's where you're like you canoe or kayak to a walking trail, then you carry all your gear and your kayak or canoe, and you carry that on the hot walking trail till you reach another body of water, and then you just keep going, and that ends up being like 20-30 miles of journey, 4 or 5 days. No, those should take a special breed of people. That's what I want to do, something like that, but it's finding locations and the right time of the year, and then like
Yeah.
being like how like stormy weather and everything like that. That plays like, which that makes good content, because it's like, will he survive? Well, if you
Yeah,
post a
add to
video,
the
yes,
story.
he survived.
Right. Hey, that's awesome though, Basic. I'm glad you
How you
found
doing,
us.
Basic?
This is
Welcome
by
to the
Veterans for the
FOB.
People. Yeah, welcome to the FOB, the Forward Operating Broadcast. This is by Veterans for the People. We talk about real problems, real struggles, or we just wing it, talk about whatever. We're just here to help others move forward. Those in the dark, we could be a little bit of light for them. Show them that it's never too late to start over, and it's okay to keep moving forward.
Always, just an everyday journey.
That's it. And we struggle too. We're not on the other. We're in recovery, so we struggle, but we do know that this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Amen.
Yeah. Amen. Hallelujah. What Sling say? So we need to do a FOB Outlast competition. You're like our own version of Alone. We.
Like Survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, well, that's more Survivor's more of like a game show. Like
Yeah,
we're all there
I'll say
together
this.
and doing that like team
I'm
development
super
course. The
competitive.
Alone is more of like who can survive all by themselves in the wilderness the longest. Alone does it like till the last person, and then we could do it something like who can last the so many days or whatever.
Like I feel like if it was like that, I think like I'm super competitive. Like I wouldn't quit.
Now, so you could do it based on like 2 or 3 days. You have this many days, only these items. This, you can, but your base camp that you build, who can make the best base camp in X amount of time? On what you have around you, and you have only the tools that you have. You can have like whatever it is, 10, 15 or whatever. 10 items. You can do a good bit for a while with just 10 items. If you pick the items correctly.
Right. We'll just call it forest operating base.
But that would be interesting to do.
That would be.
Or just have but they have at Bayou Chico they got a actual like building you can rent out it's like got like full bunk beds, sleeps like 40 people in it. Or you can have the primitive camping that you rent out is like big groups, and you got that specific like you basically reserve this campsite, so it's like a private campsite for like events and stuff like that. So you have something like that where you just like as a meet and greet type thing where it's still the camping style of it.
It's got to be a Louisiana thing because I don't know.
Well, yeah, it is here, but it doesn't really kick off here in Louisiana because when I came here, I was talking to Mars and trying to get a camping group thing going, and it's based on the time of the year. Most of the time of the year, it's good to do. Most people are hunting or out with their family doing things like that, so it's like getting something like that here in this location is pretty difficult for it to be comfortable unless you actually rented a building that had air conditioning, because if you do the camping, like I said, if you're not from the cold into the spring or the fall into the cold, it sucks camping out here. It's just so hot. The mosquitoes and everything are so bad.
You also like run the risk.
That's when it feels like field training exercises really suck. That's when it feels like that.
You run the risk of like just a swamp puppy just like coming up and like chilling with you for the night.
No, they don't really do that. They right now they're about to go into the mating season, and after that they'll be going into their nesting season. So that's when they get really aggressive. But normally the mating season is like if you're in the water, like I think there was a guy who was running from the cops and jumped in the swamp, and just from him making the noise in the water, it made the alligator come after him, and he got attacked by it. But it's also mating season. So
yeah,
it was probably thinking that it was another alligator looking for a mate, and it's like, and then found out it wasn't what it wanted. I don't know I know he got injured really bad, but other than that, and if they're hatching eggs or the eggs have hatched, the mother will charge at you just because it thinks you're trying to get at its young, and then after that, they're not aggressive at all. They get curious and they look at you, but they don't never really come up at you. If you're in Florida, it's a whole different world in Florida alligators than Louisiana alligators. Now in Florida, they'll come up to your front door and ring your doorbell. They do not do that in Louisiana because I don't think they hunt them the way they do there as we do here. Here they see us.
Revenge in Florida, huh?
Yeah, it's like their relatives over there are just like, you know what they're doing to our people in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Like Ring doorbells showing the alligator and looking at it, just like, let me in. Like,
Oh man.
I
Hey, if
think
you haven't
down
already, go
further
ahead and get your
south.
votes in, guys.
Oh, what's the songs?
Waters Run Deep by Double A and Ride by Colt Montgomery. Which one you want?
I'll take
Well, actually,
Ride.
we're at a
500.
two-way tie right now.
Yeah, I'll take Ride for 200, Alex.
Right.
Well, the alligators in the very like south of I-10. That's where a majority of alligators are down there. And down there, people live pretty much in the swamp, like on the water. And then there, having alligator at your front doorstep's not uncommon, or like in your front yard or something like that. I mean, you'll find alligators in South Louisiana where they've been run over by a semi truck or a big truck or something. They're just belly up like roadkill, like a big 6-7 foot long alligator that just got run over and died on the side of the road. And you can't move it, you can't do nothing with it. That's a big hefty fine if you go out there and just even touch it.
Is that his end?
Oh, I can't hear you, Brandon.
Do what?
Oh, I thought you was talking. So we couldn't
No,
hear you.
no, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought it looked like you were talking.
No, I'm like curling my lips because the drivers in front of me are dumb.
Yeah, it's a nationwide problem there. People don't know how to drive.
It's more of like we're in a construction zone now, and there's signs for 2 miles stating merge left, and then they're like, don't do it. So then they're like sitting there and like trying to force their way in, and then just like cut off a semi and almost get rear-ended because the semi is going 60 miles an hour.
Oh,
So it's just entitled dumb people.
they're probably sovereign citizens. You ever seen them video? I mean, me and my body cam.
I was not driving, I was traveling.
Yeah. I love watching those just because it's like the arguments that they try to pull. It's just like, it's like, man, it's like the world you live in. It feels like you hit that, like you went through a portal through another dimension, and that's how it is in your world. But
It's like they never win. Like, why do they? I don't get why they even do it. I was not driving, I was traveling. Like, you say you travel in your car, you say you drive your car.
yeah, I've seen one. The last one I watched, the guy was saying that he somehow gets it to go to federal court, and when it goes to federal court, he ends up getting the cases thrown out or something like that. But I thought it was funny because like the whole time the guy's like arguing that he's going to get back on his motorcycle to drive off, and the cop's just sitting there waiting for him to get on his bike and drive off, so that because he told him you don't have all the proper tags and everything, you don't have a driver's license, and by the state law and everything, and he's going to get back on it, and he's like, he sees the cop still sitting there, and he's like, so is everything good? And he's like, I'm just waiting for you to drive off. He goes, why? So you can arrest me? He goes, exactly. Because I've already told you. He's like, fine, I'll call an Uber. And he goes, that's probably your best bet. Like, he spent 45 minutes arguing with a cop over a citation for not having a license or anything. And the whole time he could have just gotten an Uber.
Or like, just like the plate was tugged or something. So they was like stopped and just like talked to him. And then they're like, well, I'm in a parking lot. So I'm like, well, how did you get to the parking lot? Thank you. You had to do something.
Yeah, like the drunk driver at a place in his car that's sleeping behind the wheel, and they're like, he had to drive there. And they're like,
Yeah, because it's not like at a bar. It's at like a Wendy's like drive-through.
Yeah, in the drive-through, waiting for your food. Like you paid for it. And they're just like, well, he didn't move after he paid.
Yeah, it's like if it's at a bar, whatever. There is some people that like plan on having a DD, and then their DD just leaves. So like, I guess I'll sleep in my car. And then there's the ones that go to Wendy's.
I've done that before, but I was like, if you do that, make sure you put the keys like in the glove box or somewhere under the mat, and not in your pocket. not in the ignition, and don't sit in the driver's seat. Sit
Oh
in
no,
the back seat.
well, I always keep, mostly just because I've been driving so much, like in my personal car, I always have a pillow and a blanket in the back seat. Anyway, just in case I get tired, I'll pull up at a right there and take like a little nap.
Right.
Just like if I did that, like I would, yeah, just climb in the back seat and just sleep there. You got us, Brad? You good?
I see him there. I don't hear him yet.
All right, can y'all hear me?
There you go.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, sorry about that, guys. My internet went completely out.
Oh, you good? Huh? It raining over there?
No, it ain't. I maybe just did a reset or a update. I
Oh,
don't know,
yeah.
dude. It was weird. Yeah, it's all good.
What's the lady saying? She's trying out the sovereign citizenry. I don't think it's gonna work, Lady Savannah. I've yet to see it be anything beneficial for anybody being a sovereign citizen. I know here it's not gonna work in this state. I've seen one person arguing with somebody at like McDonald's, and they was trying to tell them to take the taxes off of the purchase because they didn't support the country and they wasn't going to pay the country taxes, so they were demanding that they take the taxes off of the purchase. I thought that was pretty hilarious because they was asking them something about like, can you remove the taxes? And they said, if you have a tax exempt card, I can. It might not have been McDonald's, but they were trying to get them to remove the taxes. And if you have a tax exempt card and you filed for that, and you got it, you get tax exemption.
The heck?
I mean, that's mostly for people like if you're a farmer, you own a business or something like that. You know, if you work for the government, things that you purchase for your job, you're tax exempt. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but you file it on your when you do your taxes, not like can you remove the tax?
Right. Well, if you got a tax exempt card, you can get one as I know a couple of 100% veterans that have a tax exempt card where they're tax exempt up to X amount of dollars on things they get, anywhere you get like car parts, hardware stores, stuff like that, get tax exempt off of that. I don't know how you get it, but I know my buddy got his through the VA, which somehow he was also getting his entire family tied into the VA benefits. His son, his wife, her daughter, they're all connected to it as well. But he took him. He was kind of like how Trace was doing his paper war that he had to do. It took him 10 years of battling to get it. So
Hard pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also probably tied into part of the battle of like, after you get your 100% and you get this benefit, and you got to prove this for that benefit. It's like more reasons to open up your case to either do whatever. But I know that is possible. But he was able to use it on a lot of places. But I think his was up to $15,000 of stuff that he would purchase would be tax exempt. But he also had a business somewhat of a business. Like he did like side work where he was what do they call them? Escorts. So like the people that drive like oversized loads and drive long distances, and they have an escort driver in front behind. He does that. So he's got an LLC and stuff like that. I don't know if it's tied into the VR&E and everything, because I've been seeing stuff that's been changing with that. I watched something recently. It was like explaining what a VR&E appointment is and like what's entailed with all that.
Yeah, Interesting.
But the way that guy was explaining that one, it sounded more like the CWT we have here. It's more like we're gonna help you get a job. Like we're gonna help you get a job, not like veteran loan thing. Like I've heard some ways of saying like where you can get a business loan. It made it sound more of like we're gonna help you with housing, employment, and travel. Like if you need like help you get something in a per means of travel. Which the VR&E is still something new to me, like what all the requirements and everything are for that. Oh, there he went again. Bear with us, peoples. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to play any music or go on another break at the moment. The man who can push the buttons is the one having the technical issues at the moment, which is...
Am I there yet?
What is that?
Am I there
Are you
yet?
there yet? Oh, yeah, I was just about to ask you, how long of a drive do you have?
I have 58 minutes.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you only had a couple hour drive.
Yeah, 58.
Yeah, which was just
Yeah.
like just going down the road compared to what you're used to over the past month.
All right.
Yeah, it's been well, but good old doctor's appointment.
All right, guys. We'll give you a few more moments on that on your vote. Get your votes in. 1 or 2 in the chat.
The question is, so why don't we see Smokey the Bear anymore? Answers in just a second.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
There we go. Internet's all messed up, dude. I don't know what's going on. Alrighty.
And to answer your question, Sling, he doesn't appear on TV as much anymore, but he's more on radio and websites, social media, radio and websites.
So like Smokey the Bear has a TikTok.
It probably does. Him and the AI Bigfoot are probably making like viral videos, and we just don't know it. I hear him on the radio all the time because there's some actor that is a comedian actor that does his voice now, and I'm like, I know that voice, and he's doing Smokey the Bear, and I'm like. Sounds bad. I bet if you wore a Smokey the Bear t-shirt around those American pickers, they'd be like, sir, how much do you want for that shirt? And they start a bid. It's like, I'll give you $25 for it. You could be like $250. You'd be like $75.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I used to watch that so much.
I love watching shows that are like that, where it's like even though they're still scripted, but they're scripted, but they're still as raw as you can get it.
This Raw was still like doing like obviously like the entertainment stuff that they try to get.
Right, but they're actually doing like the really finding like remote places of people that like they go to and stuff like that. They kind of like, you know, script the interaction, I imagine, to a bit.
Well,
Sure,
y'all ready to
some of
shut
the
this thing
stuff,
down?
like, yeah.
No, go ahead though.
No, no, it's like I'm sure some of the stuff, it's like the like when they actually get to the place and like going through and looking at stuff is like part of it's not, but like who they like pick and like the little phone calls and like while they're in the truck and all that other stuff, absolutely. Like they've been driving to that place for the past 7 hours, and then it's like, oh, I got someone else. It's like you're outside their driveway,
Yeah.
like that. That's definitely probably a little scripted.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still a good show. Still enjoy like all the cool old shit people find.
Yeah. I like it. I like watching it better than watching Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars was way too scripted for me. American Pickers seemed more like you knew they were going someplace that, and they're finding locations and actually driving there.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Versus
it's some
versus
stuff
like
that people have in their garage.
versus hey, I'm gonna pay you $100. Bring this into me, and we're just gonna have a interaction. How about that? That's what I feel like a
Right.
lot of Pawn Stars was. Like we already have this in here. We just need some footage, which nothing wrong with that. I mean, it exposes the item that you have, and the interesting things that's inside the shop. But it's like a lot of things. You got to create some kind of flair to it in order for it to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. All right, guys. Well, we got over 2 hours today. Really good show. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all can join us after the show in Discord for Stretching with the Crew for 22. I'll lead y'all on a quick little stretch routine, followed by a blood pumper to get your day started. Nothing too strenuous. And real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button or like that smash button. We appreciate all the love and support over here on the F.O.B, the Forward Operating Broadcast, where we regroup, resupply, and recalibrate right here for those in the dark. Every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, to better equip you to continue your mission, or Charlie Mike. Remember, you do matter, you are enough, and you are loved. If you're struggling, don't be afraid to reach out to any of us on this panel. Hop in that Discord, or if you think you know someone who's struggling, don't be afraid to reach out to them, whether that be a text message, a voice text, phone call, video call, FaceTime, however you need to get a hold of them to let them know you're thinking about them. Because you never know who that might help. Like Trait says, save that one. I want to leave y'all with a little motivation. Today's the day to keep your eyes forward. Move boldly towards your goals. Break old habits. Walk through fear with confidence. Commit fully to your purpose. Build a stronger mindset. Let your effort speak for itself. Turn obstacles into fuel. Stay grateful through the grind. And choose consistency. Y'all stay motivated, stay hydrated, and remember, today's the day to have a thriving Thursday. Hope.
Oh,
Cool.
Love y'all.
there you go.
Love you, brother.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in with us on this fabulous Thursday morning. And for another, adventures of Staff BB on the road.
That's right.
But I hope you all have a kick-ass rest of your day. And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning for Red Friday. And if no one's told you today, we love you. We appreciate you. Much love, everyone. Have a great day. Oh,
Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, I love you, brother. Stay safe out there.
yeah, it's another like 50 minutes.
Gotcha.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everyone tuning in, leaving comments, and hanging out with the crew. Take care of yourselves. Look out for the person to your left and right. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Y'all have a good one. Like I said, remember, you matter, you are loved, and you are enough. And watch your six, watch your battle six, and just keep your eyes on the mission forward. You guys have a great one. We love y'all. Double A, and let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, We thank you for today. We thank you for the gracious life that you've given us. I ask that you just touch everybody and keep them safe, keep them calm, and allow us to obtain the wisdom that you put forth in front of us. As the road narrows, allow us to be able to keep our balance and help those that have fallen and help them up so that we can grow stronger together and be able to walk this path and be able to get to the end. I ask that you give us this in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
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 There is so much I think, and so much I still don't know. Although I speak on things that only hope and God can show. I despise how I learned all those conspiracies, all these mysteries, leading to the many nights missing sleep as I'd sneak through the unknown. This wakes me up in between the dreams that I believe to be things I'm seeing while awake. These waters run deep with so many reasons why we should keep our faith. Yeah, the surface is calm but with a strong undertow, guarding all the secrets that never unfold, sinking down slow with the weight of the lost, looking for signs as we're caught in the fog. The dark and the daylight don't feel the same when black water dreams call out your name. Trees between tall pines as I talk to the sky, searching for truth that money can't buy. Secrets underneath the cold hard clay, praying flood waters don't wash them away. The floorboards are creaking, the lantern burns low, chasing a ghost only broken hearts know. But a warrior soul don't break in the mud, they carry the storm and the rush of their blood. This wakes me up in between the dreams that I believe to be things I'm seeing while awake. These waters run deep with so many reasons why we should keep our faith. Yeah, the surface is calm with a strong undertow, guarding all those secrets that never unfold, sinking down slow with the weight of the lost, looking for signs as we're caught in the fog. The dark and the daylight don't feel the same when black water dreams call out your name. So now the fog rolls in, and as the sun descends, I'll stand on the bank till the world meets a different end. As I piece together puzzles here in the dark, waiting for one single heavenly spark. Skin tough as iron and the mind's wide awake, counting the ripples the raindrops make. They think it's a prison, they think it's a grave. These are the waters causing so much pain. The shadows are moving, stretching out wide, nowhere left for the truth to hide. Deep in the thick where the evil cry, under the while awake. These waters run deep with so many reasons why we should keep our faith. Yeah, the surface is calm but with a strong undertow, guarding all the secrets that never unfold, sinking down slow with the weight of the loss, looking for signs as we're caught in the fog. The dark and the daylight don't feel the same when black water dreams call out your name. Waking up, looking deep in the black water dreams where the shadows sleep.
I ain't the kind they write love songs for. Got a heart full of scars behind a locked up door. Whiskey on my breath, gun all on my jeans. I ain't looking for a savior, just some kind of peace. Mama said, boy, you were born to raise hell. Daddy taught me life is war, not a fairy tale. Never fit the mold, never played it sweet, but I wear my dirt like a badge in the head. I ride where the law don't reach, where the wolves still howl and the lost men preach. Got a cross on my dash and a 45 for the snakes that smile and the ones that lie. I ain't looking for grace, just a little bit of right in a world full of wrong and long cold nights. You can judge my soul by the road I ride. I'm built on hard truths and hollow points tonight. Tattooed on cracked knuckles and steel. I pray to the wind cause the pain don't heal. Ain't no preacher man ever saved my sins, but I only talk to God and the ghosts of friends. Burn some bridges just to light my path. Never asked for much, but a shot in a laugh. I've been broke, bent, nearly buried deep, but the devil's been trying and I still don't sleep. I ride where the law don't reach, where the wolves still howl and the lost men preach. Got a cross on my dash and a 45 for the snakes that smile and the ones that lie. I ain't looking for grace, just a little bit of right in a world full of wrong and long cold nights. You can judge my soul by the road I ride. I'm built on hard truths and hollow points tonight. They say outlaws fade like dust in the wind, but I'm etched in chrome, I ain't giving in. One foot in the grave, the other in flames, but I'm still standing on my name. So I ride where the law don't reach, where the wolves still howl and the lost men preach. Got a cross on my dash and a 45 for the snakes that